This is the Cobra Coil. It's a 4-in-1 flexible charge dock, stand, and sync station. It doesn't really work as advertised. Let's check it out in today's review. Hey guys, this is James White with Frequent Reviews, bringing you as seen on TV product reviews and more. Now, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so for more videos like this. Now today, this is a Cobra Coil by request, an as seen on TV phone stand and multi-use item. I think I first saw this advertised back in 2017, and it seems to have reappeared in late 18, so it's a good time to take a look and see if it really works. So without further ado, let's get started right now. All right, quick overview of the contents. Not much to it. There's the actual Cobra Coil itself, which reminds me a little bit of the metal garden hoses I had last year. And then you have these three connectors. This is for Apple, Type-C, Android. And it kind of has that Cobra backing. You see the little Cobra design there. And I guess this also works to hold the phone in place. So the next thing to do is to plug it in, see how it really works. On one end, you have a typical USB connector. And on the other end, you have this USB connector that goes to one of these, they call it a Cobra head. Now, these tabs here are supposed to go in there, but I'm having a hard time getting it lined up properly. Wow, that's not going in very easily at all. Smooth as silk. There you go. Good right in there. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm supposed to do is put my phone in there. Can I use it with a case? It doesn't look like it's going to work with that case. That's an iPhone 7 Plus, and that case is not working. Let's try an XS Max. All right, that worked, and it is holding. All right, next up, let's see how it works plugged into the laptop while still retaining its use as a phone stand. I want to see if it's charging and how it can hold it up while being plugged in there. Oh, but it's working. It's holding it. Hey, I can see it. The phone is charging. You can see it right there. And the Cobra Coil is plugged into the laptop, and it's being held up pretty nicely. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit flimsy, but not bad. Not terrible. I guess you shouldn't do this with it. Yeah, that's not good. You know what's funny about the commercial is they showed him watching a video on the phone when they had a giant laptop sitting right next to it. So yeah, why would you watch that when you're already sitting at your laptop when you can watch a much bigger video? It's kind of funny. But I think that it's overall holding pretty well. I don't think it can be jostled around too much. The more it gets moved around, the more it seems like it collapses. For just staying in one place, it's pretty good so far. We have a lot more tests to do though. Who's that guy? Let's see how easy this comes off of here though. Okay, well the phone comes off easily. How about the actual connector itself? Okay, that wasn't too bad. Plug it in, it seemed like it was harder. Oh, actually it wasn't bad the second time. I guess when you put it on the first time it might be a little bit stiff, but after that, it's not too bad. All right, the commercial for Cobra Coil says to get creative in how you use it. Well, whoever wrote this instruction manual wasn't very creative, and they certainly weren't very good at English because there's a lot of problems in this. So I think what I'm going to do is use my Cobra Coil to film a close-up of me correcting their instructions. All right, let me see. It works with every iPhone, iPod, tablet, Android device. You went from singular to plural there, so get rid of that. Keep your phone close at hand or following. I think they mean for following. I think I want to do this. Period. Capital when you're done. Cords can get lost in the clutter, but Cobra Coil folds for easy storage or travel. All right. And Ventel, you need to work on your instructions. They're not very good, but it's holding pretty well. It's you have to kind of get this the right angle, because if I go a little bit this way, it falls over. A little bit that way, it falls over. Mainly the way they show it is like this. There I am. It's gonna take there we go. All right, it takes a little bit of effort to get it just in the right spot so it's balanced properly. There is some balancing things, so it may not just perfectly flop into place like they make it look. So once you do get in place, It doesn't wobble around as much, but it took me quite a few tries to actually get this in the right position. We got a lot more tests to do. I'm gonna go in the car tomorrow and see how that does. But for right now, tentatively think it kind of works somewhat as advertised. How's that for a ringing endorsement? Let's see what's next. All right, so time for the car test. And they show it being used to hold the phone with a car is following GPS. So I wanna see if that really works, because when I had it on my table, it was okay, but it seemed like it really needed to be straight up and down. But how does that work when it's bouncing around in a car? Let's check that out. Now, I don't have a USB port nearby, so I have to just kind of coil it up here, I think. I mean, I don't think we want to have it sitting just like that. Do we want to do that? I don't know about that. What do you think? The commercial, they kind of had it like that. I don't know. That's just, I don't want to do that, do we? Well, let me try both ways. First, I'm going to try the Cobra Coil method, just straight up and down. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know about this. This seems like an extremely bad idea to have it just floating around right there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That lasted, 2 seconds. All right, so let's try it the way they kind of had in the commercial, where they had it like up against the dash. Kind of, sort of. I mean, that's kind of Mickey Mouse looking, isn't it? Oh, come on now. It has nothing to grab onto, that's the problem. I mean, what's it gonna do? It's gonna slide around. I'll have the cameraman hold it. So, hey, it works great when someone holds it, isn't that great? Look, all you have to do is bring someone with you to hold it, and it works perfectly. All right, so we're gonna drive around, you're gonna hold on to it. All right, cameraman?
All right.
All right. What if I make it a smaller, not so high up, like that? How about like that? All right, I'm gonna have it much tighter this way. Oh, it's working. Let me get some speed in here. All right, we're gonna accelerate a little bit and get some speed going on here. It's trying to fall over. I don't know, man. I'm not really feeling this as a car mount, even though they show it that way. It's just, it doesn't really have anything to grab onto, and it's good for standing up when it's not in motion, but I don't know about this. I'm gonna say, to the car test. Let me go back home and try some more tests in the commercial. All right, I'm heading off to a Golden Knights game now, and I'm gonna do a little longevity test. I'm gonna put this iPhone on here and let it sit all day until I get home tonight, which is about 10 hours from now, and see how it holds up. Can it actually hold a phone for hours at a time instead of just for short tests? Let's try that out right now. I'm leaving now, and when I get back, this better be in the same position or Cobra Coil's gonna get it from me. It is 1:15 right now, and I'm leaving. I'll be back tonight and see how it goes. All right, so it's been 8 hours and it stayed. The Cobra Coil stayed, so it actually passed that test. All right, so maybe 8 hours in an upright position isn't as impressive as I thought it might be, so I wanted to take it up just another notch, and instead of testing it this way, tested it that way like they show in the commercials. And here's how that went. So sometimes I edit back here in my bedroom on my laptop. I'm cozy here. I've got my Miracle Bamboo pillow on top of my purple pillow, on my purple mattress with my Rocky Mountain tumbler with a drink next to me, and the Cobra Coil, which is the star of the show. I'm gonna see if I can get it at a little bit more challenging angle while I'm editing this video. So let's see how that goes. Okay, well, seems like I'm gonna have to play with this a little bit to get the right angle so it's gonna stay in place. Because right now it's just kind of falling over. I'm gonna play with this till I get the right angle, and then we're gonna set the time lapse and go for, oh, it's almost set. I'm getting close. I'm gonna turn the time lapse on, go 90 minutes, and then see how it does. If it falls over, I'll stop the time lapse and show you what happened. Well, it's been about 90 minutes, and so far it's held up pretty well. I think that it took a little bit of work to get the right angle so that it would actually hold it in this position. Once you get the angle, it's pretty good, but getting it there is part of the challenge. Overall, it did work though. For my final test, I wanted to show how it worked in the advertising. They use it as a phone mount to hold your alarm in the morning. Wasn't so sure about that one, but I ran into some challenges, but here's how that test went. All right, there's a scene in the Cobra Coil commercial where a woman is sleeping and the Cobra Coil is holding up her phone to work as an alarm the next day. So I want to see if that's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug the Cobra Coil in, set my alarm, and in the morning, as As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna grab my camera and see how it looks. Let's do it right now. All right, they had a cube like this they were going into. All right, I've got an alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow. Let's see if that actually works to hold the phone to work as an alarm the next morning, and I'll be impressed if it does. Here we go. The next time you see me, I'll be waking up in the morning, checking the Cobra Coil. I'm up. All right, well, it held. It worked. Good morning, Bailey. All right, there's one more con I almost forgot to mention, and that is that the cases may or may not work with the Cobra Coil. The case I had for this phone, I actually had to remove because it wouldn't even connect at all. There's a case on this one, and even though it plugs in, it's not plugged in all the way because it's not charging. So you may not be able to use a case with this, depending on the kind of case that you have. To me, both my cases don't really work with it. In my case, one case doesn't fit at all, the other one fits, but it doesn't charge. Definitely a con to consider. So in the end, I'm a little bit conflicted with the Cobra Coil. It seems like sometimes it worked kind of well, sometimes it worked kind of not so well. I just don't think it would work very well as a phone mount in the car. It seems like that's not going to work very well. But otherwise, it's kind of your mileage may vary depending on how you use it. But have you used a Cobra Coil or something like it? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Check out my social profiles for progress pictures, videos as I go, and my Patreon page. Please subscribe for more product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.